Hi, this is Larry Zorro. As a gardener, would you rather spend your whole summer in the hot heat weeding? Making a bed, trying to take the weeds off of a flower, let's say an echinacea like this one. Grown in the middle of the yard, I could dig out a big old square and start weeding around it, making it look pretty. You want to spend your time, or would you rather make a pillar like I do? A pillar and grow it in a pillar, no weeding. If there is, it's just very minutely. You probably spend in a pillar garden, you probably spend 5% of your time weeding. The most intensive would be the care of a little water. You should water, but when you water, you should look to see if there is any little tiny weeds growing. Hay bale, you might even get one on the side of your hay bale. And you just pull it out. It's very easy. It's not that hard to do. You got to water anyway, so why not just look? And if you see an insect, look it up on the internet. Like I had this striped beetle. I found one this morning, and I was going to take a picture, and it disappeared. I wanted to show you this striped beetle. I'll keep my eyes out. I think it's down to just one on my spinach, and that's how I do. Take care of them. Pull them off your plant, squish them, do whatever you have to. You don't have to use a bunch of insecticides. Make a toxic dump. Yeah, make a toxic dump out of your garden. That's smart. Oh, you can see my brandy wine. You got wood. I did wood. Why did I do wood? Why? It's kind of ugly, isn't it? If it's growing as large as the other one, it's got that central core going down to the ground of soil, rich soil. But look, the plant is strong, sturdy, getting taller. And that would be a habitat. This would be a habitat, Mel, because you could have snakes going in there. You could have, maybe some of your toads or frogs or whatever. They need a place to live. And that would be an ideal place. Cool. And, it wouldn't be so conducive to mice. I don't think so, because mice, they run up on that soil and they hate it. They like bedding. They like straw. They won't be digging into the soil. At least I haven't seen it. It wouldn't hurt though in your hay bale garden to put out a few mice traps. But for the most part, I haven't had too much of a problem. I did have a field rat one year. And anyway, he kind of left. I don't think he liked it. Ribbon snakes, yeah. Look, can you spot the real one from the fake ones? I love to buy those dollar ribbon snakes at Walmart and just hang them around. I like the look of them. If you're not used to it, it'll scare the hell out of you. I had a real one today. Did you spot it yet? I had a real one today, and it kind of scared me. Because we've had copperheads, but this is a harmless snake. And look at the beauty of using wood. It almost looks like I planted a tree. The ground is so wet that the wood hasn't seasoned, and it's actually sprouting some leaves. Can you imagine that? And they're red, and they're pretty. I've been looking over the patches I've done of the clover. Yeah, you want lots of clover in your property. And yeah, they're coming up after that last rain. They are coming up. The other thing I've done today, or done yesterday, would be I started about a third of the way up, mixed in a little soil, a little hay, and wet it down, and planted a potato in it. And as it grows, I'm going to keep adding it with little soil. It's probably about a third. No, not even that. Yeah. Well, anyway, maybe a quarter soil and the rest hay. And you're just going to build it up as it grows, as it sprouts. I had three last potatoes. They're starting to sprout, so I put them in there. I'm going to sell them. That's right. If I can only, if they do good, you can make more money. But this is a trial. I like to sell these things. in the basket. Baskets only last a year, so don't expect to use them year after year. And it's not that kind of investment. You got to sell your plant this year. Don't redo it and use the same basket. It'll probably fall apart. It might even break apart when you're giving it to a customer. And, who wants a bunch of potatoes falling on your precious little toes? No. Well, my Cherokee, I added some more hay, another tomato, but these Cherokee, they are bushy. They are very bushy. And you can see my lettuce, the leaves are big now. And now I'm going to be showing you my brother's garden. That's right. He did it. He did a garden fantastic. Started out with a few, and that's what I always suggest anyway. Start out with a few pillars, and then increase them. Mine's a test garden. It's not that pretty. It's not that pretty because I've been trying different things on it, and that's no excuse. It takes a lot of bark too to make that pathway to look good. I do got some sprigs, some weeds growing at the base of some of my pillars, but it's not going to affect the growing at all. The only thing that's going to affect your growing right now, it's probably lack of water. You think that you got enough water in it, but if you use your water meter like I do, mine's I think I need to get a new one. It's not working all the time. But anyway, or stick your finger in there. You'll know if it's moist enough. And you don't want your plants to dry out. Not at all, not due to water. Water more and watering less. That's what I say here where it's hot. It's hot here in Missouri. Now to my brother's garden. Oh, yeah, I should make him a distributor. Give him some of my PDF I'm going to make, and he can be the Westcoast distributor. Teaching gardening. He's already mastered it better than me. Better than what I could do. And I'll show you these pictures. Hold on a sec. Now, my brother's been growing his pillars, and he's been using this palm mulch that he gets. And that works just fine. You got that central core of great soil in the middle, too. But, yeah, why wouldn't that work? And he gets piles of it. And, I like it. Look at the landscaping. He used 3-foot wire. And that's what I'm going to use now. I was using 2 feet, and for a little more, you can get to 3 foot high, and that's what I'm going to use. Well, if you're a short person, my brother and I we're over 6 feet, but if you're short, then you might want to just stick with 2. You don't have to go that high unless you want to use a step ladder. But look at the greatness of his pillars. Look at it. And you could see the growth. Now he's made these cages, which does the job. And I use tool fabric. He used these cages. Yeah, you could use anything. You could probably use wire, that cheap wire screening. And if you live in a hot place, it might help with a little shading on your plants too. Tool fabric, now it can, tear a little bit. And at least on my pillars, because I had to cut the tops off and there's some jagged edges, but mostly it wouldn't, because if you used a 3 foot high, you got a nice finish edge. And boy, yeah, you can see the root depth of what he's going to have here on these plants. Garden fantastic. And it's got some plants growing in buckets. It looks like potatoes, and why not? Why not? You don't have to grow everything in a pillar all the time. And he's got some nice big buckets he's using. And just make sure you put a lot of mulch in there, and it won't cost you so much on the soil. Here it looks like, yeah, it looks like a potato plant. Yeah, it looks like a potato plant in a pillar. And he's got room. He could heal it right now if he wanted to. And look, one thing I like is the green, how green his plants are. The color green. Isn't that pretty? Oh, he's got some squash growing. Wait. Look, he's got blooms on his squash. Wow. That's something else. Very little leaves, and he's already got blooms. That is great. Well, here, I'll just shut up and show you some of his pictures. Well, this is Larry Zorro. Take care. God bless. See you later. Have a garden fantastic. It's possible with pillar gardening. See you later. Goodbye.